Hey guys, I'm here looking at the highest volume stock out there. HCMC traded 1.7 billion yesterday. And what I want to do is I want to use this stock to build on what we talked about on time range and time frequency. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back to the previous video. I'll put it in the comments. But we want to talk about trend or movement. And what I mean by movement is we're going to break it into three categories. A minor movement, which is like scalping, day trading, and intermediate movement, which is kind of where we see those swings, and then a major movement where we talk about investment, okay? And so we're going to do that with the big behemoth HCMC. So as you can see, nothing happened right on the intraday. I'm going to change that time frequency to 10 minutes just to make it a little simpler. Right? You could say nothing happened on price, but underneath that, and you'll notice I put my MACD up on top, which I don't usually do, you can see that something is happening under the price, right? There is something that maybe is not visible at first glance that looks like HCMC might be getting ready to do something, right? Today, Friday, maybe next week. I don't know. Maybe it's a very minor movement, right? A minor movement is something that a day trader would be interested in, gaining a little bit on something and set aside, and do that on multiple different stocks, right? And so this is my one day time range, 10-minute time frequency, and I'm looking at a minor movement. Very hard to make money off minor movements, in my opinion. Now, if they're isolated, that is. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to change my frequency, and now we're going to start getting away from minor movements and into intermediate movements. Intermediate movements are swings, right? And that's where we're going to be the most profitable, right? That is typically the most profitable investment strategy is swings, because you have a quick movement up, you get in, you get out over a period of weeks or months, versus the volatility that comes in with a long-term investment or day trading, right? So not much happening here again, right? And now we're going to jump into these a purely intermediate movement. So on a weekly chart, you can see intermediate movements here. We have a bullish movement, a bearish movement, a bullish movement, a bearish movement, a bullish movement, a bearish movement. These are intermediate movements. These are swings. And if you were able to capitalize on something like this, you did very well for yourself, right? Now, I put this black line here because I believe this is where we're starting to talk about a major movement, right? A major movement is where we're going from bull markets to bear markets, or bull trends to bear trends, right? Over a longer period of time, and generally this happens on a much larger time range, something like like this is a year, but several years would be great. That would be the monthly time frequency, but we don't have that here. So let's stay focused, Jay. Stay focused. Okay. So we've got these intermediate movements and possibly a major movement, right? The reason I want to point this out is because we're always looking for reversals, right? And I'm not saying I can't guarantee there's going to be a reversal in HCMC, but what I do see is I see the support that we've been working towards, right? We hit it here, working back towards it. And I see the major bearish movement, and it's coming to a pinch. If I were into HCMC, if I were a bag holder, or if I felt that this was going to break out, I would possibly start accumulating now. But I would being one who's into risk management, I'd be looking to see which way it breaks out. Because out of that pinch, it could be a further bear market, or it could, do something more bullish, which would be interesting. And if that bullish movement became a major movement, well, that would be exciting. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. We've talked about minor, intermediate, and major movements specific to HCMC, and how HCMC on a weekly time frequency looks like it's coming into an attractive pinch and is even consolidating there near support. Cheers.